Namaste everyone. Anyone has any question or doubt to clear? Or anyone wants to sing a bhajan? You want to sing, Lataji?
Namaste.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Oh, Ramana.
Namo Ramana, Namo Ramana.
Am I audible?
Yes, very clear.
This bhajan is from this book, Bhaje Ramana Namam, Sadanandaya Namo Ramana. Sadanandaya Namo Ramana, Sadanandaya Namo Ramana. गंभीराय नमो रमणा गंभीराय नमो रमणा परिपूर्णाय नमो रमणा परिपूर्णाय नमो रमणा अभयप्रदाय नमो रमणा अभयप्रदाय नमो रमणा दयार्णवाय नमो रमणा दयार्णवाय नमो रमणा सुप्रसन्नाय नमो रमणा सुप्रसन्नाय नमो रमणा शोणाचलाय नमो रमणा शोणाचलाय नमो रमणा अभयप्रदाय नमो रमणा अभयप्रदाय नमो रमणा करुणाकराय नमो रमणा करुणाकराय नमो रमणा गोलक्ष्मीप्रियाय नमो रमणा गोलक्ष्मीप्रियाय नमो रमणा देवतमाय नमो रमणा देवतमाय नमो रमणा अभयप्रदाय नमो रमणा अभय प्रदाय नमो रमण नमो रमण नमो रमण नमो रमण नमो रमण.
Beautiful, very nice. I would suggest one sadhana can be to remember Ramana, his life, his teaching, his face, his name. That can be a practice in itself, very profound practice. Because whatever you put your mind into, you become that. If you want the Ramana in you to manifest in you, seeing his face in a picture, taking his name, reading his reminiscences, following his teaching, people think that in our life Ramana has come in a form. It is completely untrue. Because of our own grace of our own self, Ramana has come in a form in front of us to take us back home. So this is, if you call grace of Ramana, and if you think Ramana is separate, then it is a mistake. This grace is of the self, Paramatman, whose name is Ramana, whose name is Arunachala. Because of whatever reason, you can say your good karmas, your good fortune, kripa of Ramana, he has come in a form to bless us. So it has come out of us only, in a form, with a name, with a teaching, with a method. Know this truth. No one is external. There is nothing external. Arunachala is self only. When you are realized, when you know the truth, you see Arunachala as you. You and Arunachala is same one, same energy. We have a form of body, he has a form of body, but both bodies are in that self only. Even the people who are spiritual, they see themselves as one, and then they do their japa or their method of prayer to please God. This is okay as long as you think you are separate. But Ramana's teaching is not to feel separate. Ramana's teaching is to know that you are Ramana. Even as staying as that, you can still pray, you can still write bhajans, sing bhajans. He did it. He was Ramana, he did it. Shankara did it. Everyone does that because there's nothing wrong with that. We can also say that he did it for us. But do you think we and him are separate, different? If you think you are separate, you are separate. If you think you are same, you are same. It is just your own thinking. For as long as you keep thinking, I am this body, mind, separate, there is a word and there is a God and there is a guru outside and I have to achieve and I have to go, the drama will continue this way for you. But the moment you realize truth, you will know that knower, knowing, knowledge, there are not, it's not events of things, it is just one. All what appears different is all in that. Only appear different because it has forms, but made up of the same matter. Element is same, essence is same. Like Bhagavan used to give this example of gold and ornaments. All ornaments are made up of gold. They look different. So gold is there and then comes the ornament, and when the ornament dissolves, it is gold. But even when it is ornament, it is gold only. How these forms appear? These forms appear only because of thought. Thought is the source of all forms. How the dream comes at night? Only from our mind, from thoughts. The whole manifestation comes. Our mind creates a small dream in us. Then this is universal dream which we all are experiencing together. There is no other source than thought. Thought is mind. But when we ask this question, who is thinking? To whom these thoughts are arising? This question itself has potency to bring us to the source from which mind arises, thought arises. Everything arises, but that what we are does not arise, it is always there, same. It is always realized. Self-realization is also a misnomer because self does not need realization. And the one which realizes the self stays no more. It is as if you are seeing yourself in reflection. You are the moon reflected in a river. River is moving up and down, and we think, I am moving up and down. The moment this reflection of moon looks towards itself, it knows I am still. Reflection is moving, I am not. This body is a reflection. Self is everywhere. In some places, in some beings, self is in perfect state, appearing in that form as self only. When a spiritual seeker goes there, he gets the same experience because he is in a form, without a form, and everywhere. But we don't experience self everywhere. We don't experience self everywhere. You sit in satsang, self is experienced. You move in worldly people, you lose track of self awareness. Though self is always there, you are surrounded by people with incessant thoughts of all sorts of things, full of vasanas. If you are not established in self, your mind also projects and catches all those wavelengths. Start spending more time in your own solitude. Have full understanding of your own self. Be in it. Be happy in it. Enjoy your own bliss. Be the enjoyer of yourself. Then the mind will follow you. Mind will seek the source and will settle in it. Then all vasanas, all tendencies will drop. Those vasanas are only for knowing that, but in a wrong direction. All these tendencies are to seek pleasure, happiness, bliss. But it is extrovert. Mind is an extrovert agent. It seeks this outwardly, not knowing that the source from which I have arisen is only supreme bliss. Then the Guru comes in a form and tells her what you are seeking is you. Only problem is you are seeking outside, it is inside. Then he tells us the method. Don't get engaged with these thoughts which are only pushing you outwardly. Look within. But our problem is these thoughts are so many all the time, moving us outwardly. What should we do? You pray to the Lord in your heart to give you strength so you can look within. And then practice and practice. Any thought comes, ignore. So many thoughts you can ignore. You close your eyes, there are thoughts coming. They are unrelated to any events now, past or future, but they just come. They have no heaviness in it. They are very light. They're random. They don't disturb us. They are not related with vasana. It's just the mind producing them. But then there can be thoughts which are very intense, full of emotions about jealousy, greed, lust, strong like, dislike, attachment, aversion. They are the dangerous ones. We are carrying from birth after birth after birth. These are our strong tendencies. We have to watch them, and when they come, you should ask to whom they arise. If you feel they are arising to you, then ask, who am I? And that will take you to the source. Source is silence. But then another thought comes with same intensity. Again, do the same with that. No point in analyzing a thought, trying to understand this happened because this person did this to me, and so I have to suffer, or I'm born in these types of circumstances. So even if, let's say, you try to analyze your personality, you can't get rid of thoughts. Only silence can get rid of thoughts. Silence is the fire extinguisher. It will extinguish all your thoughts. You have to keep coming back to the source. If you identify yourself as form, with a name, with a story, you can never be free. Because identification is the bondage. And no identification is release from bondage. And the difference between the two is only a thought. I am the body or I am not the body. Our whole existence of freedom and bondage depends on I thought, that's all. If it's that easy, you can do on your own. No need for any guru, any teacher, any satsang. If you're almost there, it is just a matter of listening once. But if the vasanas are deep, too many, and no prior practice, then it will take some time. When we pray, when we ask for help, that is devotion, that is bhakti. And when we look for the source by our practice, by contemplation, it is gyan, it is knowledge. For quick results, both should be practiced together. Devotion also leads to some enjoyment on this path of recovery. And Gyan Marga, path of knowledge, keeps the enemies under check. These enemies are these thoughts arising from vasanas. Following both methods at the same time, we experience our inner stillness. Once this stillness is experienced, even once, even for a fraction of a second, that experience of it will keep you there. You will stop all worldly pursuits for it. Life as ordained will continue. Even if you have no desire for wealth, you will become a billionaire if it has to be happening that way. But there is no desire to be that. Actions will happen in that way, whatever they are destined to be. But your attention will be on self. As Bhagavan always used to say, disinterested action, not the intense desire fulfilling actions. And this all is for us. For an external agency, you might be busy in earning money, but you are always doing japa inside and doing it as just happening. Being aware of awareness only. Some says that whatever fruit of action, give it to God. I will say give it to yourself. You are that God. Which God you are going to give? Then you will build a temple for someone. Then you will feel proud that I have built a temple. Whom to give? What to give? Who is other than you? Are there two people? God and you? Give it to God, give it to this is only when you are still full of ego. We start where we have to finish. Be that only. Enjoy your bliss. Whoever has to take the fruits of action, let it take. Who are we to decide God will be taking or next door neighbor will be taking? You enjoy your bliss. Be in your own bliss. Understand freedom is outside time and space. If you're looking freedom in time and space, you will never be able to achieve it. The one which is outside time and space is only one. That Paramatman, that Supreme. You as ego cannot know that. So you have to leave your ego, your I thought, your body idea here only, in time and space. When you give up this idea, then whatever it is, it is. You call it self or Paramatman or Brahman. Doesn't matter. In this awakening, the word appears to be in that bright awareness as existing but no effect. It loses its effect. Word includes our own body, our mind, our dealings. What is our word? Our word is only interaction of this body with some beings around us, isn't it? This is our word. Someone who lives in a small village, his word is small. Someone who keeps flying all over the world, his word is a bit bigger. But it's all in the domain of mind only. Start observing your life and everything as a mere movie going on the surface of our own witnessing. Watch this movie without mind, without judgment, without analysis, without emotions. Like a silent movie. In the past, there used to be silent movies, no sound in it. Still, people used to enjoy those movies. Enjoy the movie of life in your own inner silence, without thoughts. So all the enjoyment will come in your own silence. Some people can't live like that. They want to gossip about everything. For them, it is so difficult to understand that you can enjoy a situation without analyzing. They are critical of everything, even spirituality, even their own experiences. They can never trust anyone, anything. Always paranoid. They cannot take decision. If I do this, this will happen. If I don't do, this will happen. Always undecided, confused. This is only the one who is always in mind, always full of doubts. But if this mind is being silenced, then the bliss of that silence pervades in every being, everything. Everything you touch becomes gold. Every being you meet is your own reflection, full of love. Then you are truly living a life of love, not a paranoid person who cannot trust anyone. When you trust life, life gives you the best. I know people who are always mistrusting, they are reading in the newspaper, in their local groups, a lot of burglary happened, this happening, that happening. They're always worried. And then it happens with them. And they say, look, I was always worried that it will happen to me. Not realizing because they were always worried it happened to them. They had no trust. So somehow the nature also wants to give them what they were always expecting to have. Suffering and misery. One of the biggest instruments, I believe, is trust in everything. And then our life is so harmonious. It is in harmony with everything. Let's say someone has a wrong intention and somehow in your ego you know it. But if you have full trust in that power which is allowing things to happen, you trust. Even knowing that it's not trustworthy, you trust. Doesn't matter what will happen. You will lose some money, something. But I'll tell you, your power of trust will make sure that nothing goes wrong with you. People don't trust that much. They go with their egoistic tendencies. You have to have patience and perseverance. And then you watch things after many, many years, how things have unfolded in life. Not that you want to teach a lesson to a bad person, but I'm just telling that things falls in place, in right place. Give time to things. You can live life with ego and you can say that you have done a good job. Nothing wrong with that. But if you want to live life as it needs to be lived, you have to be free from ego. Then you will have Sat Darshan. Then you will have realization of truth. Truth is speaking to all of us, to everyone, every being, all the time. Truth is always awake. We sleep, we dream, we are awake. But in this awakening also we don't see the truth. Because we are busy in our personal life. We are very busy. We are busy, 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 and one day we are dead. That's the life. Busy body and then dead body. But no knowledge of truth. Not even close to it. No opening for it. Never sat in front of a jnani with an open heart, with humility to know the truth. Always full of ego. This ego which is filling us up to the brim never allows us to be humble, to be open, to have some space to gain that truth. And then we die. Some people who come on path of spirituality, it is more like morning exercise, 5 minutes of meditation or half an hour of yoga, and then acrobatics in form of yoga, and then keep doing what you are doing. Acrobatics cannot fix our ego. Rather, these acrobatics yoga boost our ego. That is why if you see most of the ashrams, spiritual disciplines, they discourage yoga. I'm talking about the Hatha yoga. Because most of the people, they stick on, leave at level of postures only. And this systematic yogic exercises also have another big drawback of siddhis, getting occult powers, which again pull you down. Path of self-inquiry and devotion is so direct. Self-inquiry keeps us at the self, and devotion helps to melt away our ego. There are so many new Advaitin teachers in West. They all talk about self, self, and self all the time. I'm pretty sure they know the truth, but how much they were able to help to realize other beings into it. How many could abide in self eternally in it. They are missing one very important ingredient, which is devotion. Without devotion, it becomes only intellectual tussle. Q&A can help to resolve some of your doubts, but then it's unending doubts. And one day, let's say your intellect says, look, I know everything. Now I know. But have you questioned who is this I who knows? Is it ego or the knower of knowing? What is it? Be in bliss of your inner silence all the time. Whenever you are missing it, go for it. Pay attention to it. It should be like an addiction. You know, when we see people who are greedy after money or some other passion, really passionate, we can learn from them to be passionate about abiding in self. Whatever people have achieved in this world, they have really strived for it. Nothing comes easy. Same is true for this also. For this, only one thing is needed, your attention to it, your remembrance to it. It does not want anything else. It does not want you to stop working, stop interacting, living in the world. It has no issues with any of this, no conflict in it. It only wants your internal attention while the work is going on. Work is external, attention is internal. Both can go together. Rather, I would say, staying in the source, all your actions would be perfect, the way they should be, without any egoistic tendencies. They are working in harmony with the source. And source is not you as a person. Source is everything, all of us. In a way, abiding in source, our life flows what the source wants or in what way it wants it to happen. You stay as a sakshi, as a witness, as an observer to everything, as source. So you and source become one. And then the life becomes a celebration, no struggle. Because the one who thinks he's struggling in this life is only ego. Without ego, there is no struggle. It is a constant, harmonious flow of energy. In this flow of energy, this I, you, me, mine, they are all one. For Vyavaharik Satya, to talk on day to day, we still say I, you, me, they. But our constant presence in that awareness is not affected. It is same. People who pursue shares. I was talking other day to Robert on our satsang in Rishikesh, because I see them always talking about shares, going up and down and discussing. If you can talk about those and still you are attentive to awareness, it is a big thing, because that's what Robert said to me. But I sometimes feel people get too much emotionally involved in that, always thinking. Same thing we can do with our own addiction with self. Paying attention, remembering, talking, satsang, reading. Whatever keeps us there. You see Bhagavan's pictures, and sometimes he's watching very intently, but he's not watching. His, his attention is on the self. How the eyes looks, it's only on the onlooker, what he's seeing in those eyes. But those eyes are connected with the eye of wisdom. We see others as we perceive others. We see Brahman everywhere. There's a story about Sheshadri Swami. He was seeing a buffalo. So there was some Swami Narayan who was seeing him seeing a buffalo. He asked, Swami, what are you seeing? He didn't say anything. Then he again asked, what are you seeing? He said, what is this? Sheshadri Swami asked that man. He said, it's a buffalo. He said, buffalo? You are buffalo. This is Brahman. It is all what you see. What you see, only you know. People can see what they want to see. Beauty is in the eyes of beholder. You see what you see. You connect with the source. You see source only everywhere. There's a proverb in Hindi, सावन के अंधे को सब हरा हरा दिखता है. The one who got blind in spring sees green only everywhere. Rather than seeing people's ego, people's wrong behaviors, you focus on Brahman in you, and then you will see Brahman only everywhere. And the beauty of things is that everything starts behaving as Brahman only for you, because you are only seeing Brahman. So first thing is, we should see Brahman in our own self, in our own heart. Because it is everywhere. If you can see at one place, you will see everywhere. Awareness has no breath, no thought, no form, no intellect, nothing. Yet, it is source of all this. Though it is source, but still it is free. Though it appears to be involved because it is acting through a body, still it is uninvolved. This is the paradox of it. If a man is still and the shadow is involved in a fight, would you call that man was in a fight? Would you punish that man if the shadow killed anyone? What would you do with the shadow? If someone punishes the shadow, what will you say? Will punishment to the shadow will affect the man also? We are all living in a shadow of ignorance, thinking we are these moving forms. So the Guru Ramana has come and told us that he is not the form and we are not the form. He is the Ramana in us, which has come in a form appearing. Still, if it doesn't come as a form, right now he is here. Right now he is pervading. But if he would have never come in a form, we would have never appreciated. And he lived in a place where there is a huge form. Arunachala, because he knows whatever he tells people, still they would love a form. So he said, come to Arunachala. You are a form, you see as a form. You are formless, you see as formless. So when you go and see Arunachala, it finishes you as form and makes you also that formless. Makes you realize that it is in me. There's another thing which I want to say about spiritual energy, that once you have tasted it, you always know it. And your movement in life guides you into the places, people, activities in which you feel more of that fragrance. And intuitively, it takes you away from where it's less or not needed or not liked. And life takes its own beautiful course in that way, without thinking, without planning. On this journey, you meet so ripe souls who are full of bhakti, devotion, humble, pure, sometimes much better than us. You want to touch their feet, you want to hug them, you respect them. This is all the grace of the self in which you are dwelling. It creates heaven on earth for you. Spiritual people, how poor they might be from financial perspective, but they are wealthy in their spiritual power, energy. They are full of bliss. There is fragrance in it. When you're short of role models, you should read about saints and sages and their life stories that will help you to motivate. I know in Western world, devotion is less. I would suggest to read Mirabai. It's not a long, old story. It is very recent story. You can find out more about Mirabai. You can even visit her places if you come to India, to Rajasthan, Chittor, where she lived. There's a temple there. You can visit all the places she went. See devotion. You will see bhakti. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arunachal Ramanaya Om. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.